The people have spoken. Santa Claus, release the cure! Release the cure, Santa Claus, you son of a gun. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect 72 degrees out. We're continuing Dark Souls the Second on the Xbox 360. Dark Souls the Second on the Xbox 360. I've got a green tea with me. Green tea with jasmine. But also, for the first time in Video Game Valley history, I have a peach nectar. I just have this craving for peach nectar. I've got a can of peach nectar here. I'm gonna drink the peach nectar right now. Carbonation? No, there's no carbonation here. It's just peach nectar in a can. Mmm. Oh. Delightful. This is so good. Anyone here have peach nectar? Mmm. I set my peach nectar down and it almost fell over. I almost got peach nectar everywhere. That's not something you want to spill. Nectar is kind of like juice, but it's so much sludgier. It's so thick. it's very, very thick. Sky24, thank you for the $5. Blah blah blah, it's me! Hey Valley Pals, Jason, have you watched the AP Films puppet shows? They're deeply unhinged, child commits international espionage. I don't think so. AP Films? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Oh, no, I have, yeah, no, yes. Sorry, yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of these. Yeah. Yeah, I saw, yeah, UFO, Thunderbirds, of course. Stingray. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of these. Yeah, they're pretty. There's something else. Let me tell you. Delightful. This nectar, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's like you take a bunch of peaches and mash them up. Just a big mash. Peach. It's very smooth, but very thick. Ever thought about making a video about the Seminole Wars? Style of your justice video? No. Like... I would do something on Seminole history. It's... So, my father is one of the leading Seminole historians in the entire world. Like, I grew up... I grew up speaking with a lot of Seminoles. I grew up deeply ingrained in Seminole history and and tradition. There's a lot of Seminole stuff that I know, but as much as I do know, my father is literally, like, he was the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer for 10 years. he's like one of the top people in terms of Seminole history. He literally wrote the book on the Seminole Wars. Actually wrote many books of the Seminole Wars. I would not put together a video on this particular topic. Like, my dad just is, like, I know enough, but not enough to be certain that I wouldn't make any mistakes about it. And any mistakes I did make would be deeply embarrassing. Deeply embarrassing. One thing I could do, and this is something that I have, like, wanted to do, like, Dad could definitely put me in contact with people from the Seminole Tribe of Florida if I wanted to, like, put together something. If I was going to put together anything, it would be like some sort of spoken history, just directly from Seminole Tribe members. Like, it's a subject I have, you know, interest in, but I'm not an expert, and it's the sort of thing that I would not want to get wrong. Not just because it would be embarrassing, but also because most of the, like, historical stuff about native peoples of the United States of America have been wrong. Oh yeah, right here. Okay. Alright, let's get me a wizard over here. YouTube has apparently added a new feature. What are we playing? Avril again? Yeah, it's Avril again. It's Avril Lavigne. YouTube has added a feature called Super Chat Goals, which is, I imagine, similar to the Twitch goals stuff that Twitch has. Set up a goal. Set up a goal. I'm gonna set up a bunch of super chat goals. looking at the goal system right now. The way the goal system works is weirdly by number of super chats. I gotta make a goal for one super chat. The timer is gonna be for the entire rest of the stream. Let me see. I gotta figure out what happens at the end of the goal. This is very important. It's very important. Kayla, thank you for the $2. We did it. Sorry, I haven't set up a goal yet. I haven't set up a goal yet. I've started a goal. Hey guys, I've started a goal. Mr. Alice, thank you for the $2. Trips over a rock and falls off the goal. Ouch. Why didn't that count? I don't think it worked. It still says 0 out of 1 for the goal. This feature doesn't even work. YouTube's like, no, sorry, I don't want this to happen. I don't want Jason to sing the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas song. I have to do it that one specific way. I think it's just supposed to be any... Oh, there we go. Okay, that one counted for some reason. Mr. Alice, Sky2Fall, thank you for the $2. Oh, my goal! My unfulfilled goal! Wow, this system is real bad. There's just a little message in chat. Thanks to the participants, FilmCow just achieved the goal. Wow. I can't believe how bad the system is. All right, you chipmunks, ready to sing your song? I'd say we are. Yeah, let's sing it now. Okay, Simon? Okay. Okay, Theodore? Okay. Okay, Alvin? Alvin? Alvin! Okay. Christmas time. No, wait. How does this go? Christmas time is near. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't last. Holy Christmas, holy fast. Want a plane that loops the loop. Me, I want a hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't we wait. Okay, fellas, get ready. It was very good, Simon. Naturally. Very good, Theodore. Alvin, you were a little flat. Watch it. Alvin? 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 Okay. What are they singing? Is it just the song again? It's just the whole thing. Christmas, Christmas time is near. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't last. Holy Christmas, holy fast. Want a plane that whoops the whoop. I still want a hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't we wait. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. Well, thank you for the super chat. I will not be using the goal system moving forward. I do not think the goal system is a particularly good feature. Oh wait, I'm walking backwards. What the heck? Me and my friends played Alvin and the Chipmunks. I always had to be Simon. Yeah. What chipmunk did you want to be? Boop, boop, boop. Wow, wow. Theodore. Nice. I think Theodore is my favorite. Wait, was I... No, I wasn't going back. Well, where am I going? What the heck? I've gotten turned around. That's okay. Yeah, the center again over there. Are they rebooting Alvin and the Chipmunks? Are they? Anyone here like really into Alvin and the Chipmunks? I didn't like hate Alvin and the Chipmunks as a kid. I just didn't really care about Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like I grew up before the CG movies, so maybe those are a big hit. Maybe people love those. I just had the old cartoons. And of course the classic Christmas song. But yeah, anyone here who like really love Alvin and the Chipmunks? Why is there so much Christmas today? It's Christmas, that's why. Today's Christmas. both into the reboot and the old cartoon where Theodore turns into a werewolf? Oh yeah! Dang, I forgot about that cartoon. I was obsessed with the Halloween special when them turns into a werewolf. Yeah, that was a good special. I mean, when I was a kid. I don't actually know if it was good or if I just enjoyed it. I mean, if I enjoyed it as a child, it was good. That was what it was for. No. It wouldn't lock on. Ugh, I can't waste these. It takes so many hits. Well. Alright. You got me. Ba-ba-dup, boo-doop, boo-ba-doop, boo-doop. No. Apparently the reboot is aimed at digital first generation. What does that mean? This is an Alvin and Chipmunks for people who don't even watch VHSs. Ow, stop it. All right. Nope, that was a mistake. Okay. Boop-a-doop. Boop, boop. Hello? Hello? Peanuts Christmas. Yeah, I mean, I liked all the Peanuts specials. I like Peanuts. Who's doing that? Alright. Dag it. I can't get back up. It's a real problem. Two wizards attacking me. These wizards are huge pains in the butt, let me tell you. Oh my god, there's two more of them. What'd you think of Blue Skies? Peanuts movie. It was alright. Like, I really liked the art style, and there were elements of it that I thought were interesting. I really like when Charlie Brown is like has that moment where he realizes he can get something he wants by doing something bad, and it just makes him depressed because of course he's not gonna do the bad thing. Like, it's not even like a lot of attention about it. I don't like they brought, like, I feel like the red-haired girl is not really shown in the originals. Like, she's just someone talked about, unless I'm wrong about that. And she just kind of, she's added as a character in the movie, but like, not really. she's there as a plot device. And I think that never see the red-haired girl in the strips. Yeah, and I thought that was like more glaring of a problem, given how well they were characterizing other characters. Like, to have a movie that has all these well-realized characters, and then they have this girl they've added who is not usually a character, who they just... she just exists to be the love interest for Charlie Brown. And like, I thought it was the right choice in the comics where she's not shown, because it's, you know, the plot, the ongoing thing is Charlie, like, has a crush. Doesn't matter who he has a crush on. He's just got like a school child crush. He's just got a crush. That's it. And so for them to like make her a whole character in the movie, but then forget to make her a whole character, it is, I think, the movie's like primary flaw. It's the thing that takes it from being like, I feel like it could have been a very good movie, and instead it's just like, oh, it's a movie with some interesting stuff. On the whole, it doesn't work. Goofballs. Oh no! There's just a big hole there. That's why you gotta look for holes. That's alright. My mom tells me I'm like Big Ben. Well, what a thing to say. Dang. I missed. Alright, so I'm gonna go this way, but I'm gonna try not to. We lost a bunch of souls, but that's okay. Heavens. Yeah, human effort. Like an annoying area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I played this last, I did that thing where I cleared out this whole area. Because this is on the way to a boss. It's a hard area to run through because of the projectiles following you and stuff. It's hard to remember if there's like a way to go. That'll be easier. Melee, thank you for the 2 British pounds. How you doing? Thank you for asking. I'm doing okay. It's funny, I got my video out this month very early, and I was like, oh great, I can get caught up on a bunch of stuff. But then there was a bunch of other stuff happening, like with the car and with the cats, and I just haven't ended up actually catching up. I've kind of not worked too hard the last couple weeks. So I have taken a bit of a break, which is good, because I felt a little bit like I was burning out. But I do feel like I've wasted some time, though. Mood-wise, though, I've been busy enough that I'm alright. I tend to get more depressed when I'm not constantly doing something. So, how are you doing? How are you doing? I don't remember what's in here, so you know that kind of. See, I feel like my existential despair had been at an all-time high a few months ago, and it's less all-time high now, which is an improvement. But I don't know. Dinosaurs. Ease my existential despair. That's nice. Dinosaurs. Life ring number 2. That's nice. Didn't mean to do that. Find the fact that dinosaurs existed so wonderful that I don't care as much about the meaninglessness of it all. Yeah, and they were around for so long, too. Like, it's hard to really wrap your head around how long we had dinosaurs. Hey, how'd you see me from all the way over there? Yeah, I think this is an area I'm gonna have to grind the enemies down. I think that's what I gotta do. kind of wonder how common, like, dinosaurs are in the universe. Because you see that picture of, like, the different galaxies and stuff. See if I can find the... what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Alright. I think I found the one I was looking for. It's just, you just got all these galaxies. Yeah, the galaxy that we're in, the Milky Way, it's got like billions and billions of stars. Billions and billions of planets. And that's just one galaxy. This picture is, I believe, 15,000 galaxies. These are whole galaxies out there. Like, there's just so many of them. Like the amount of galaxies. It's wrong screen. It's extraordinary, the amount of galaxies. So, like, there's probably lots of dinosaurs out there right now. Like, basically, Earth dinosaurs. Like, there's enough galaxies. I gotta do this a little bit more meticulously. Have another human effigy. Nice. Gotta drink my juice. Gotta roll. No, no. Yeah, that's okay. Well, I'll just do it meticulously then. I wanted to get my souls back, but this area is too much of a hassle. What we're gonna do is... Dang. We're just gonna do this beginning part until all the enemies are vanished. Continue on to the next one. Yeah, I think that'll be it. I think we'll do these enemies and then we'll move forward after that. That's the plan. Yeah, thank you to everyone that joined the Christmas stream earlier. Doing some Christmas cards. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Boop-a-doo. Boop-a-boop-boo. And those beautiful crane stationary Christmas cards. Hey, you'll get over here. I see. You got this one too. And Crane had $598 Christmas cards. Yeah, I do have a correction to make though on the Christmas cards. The pricey ones I was showing were a custom version of the cards I was using, and their custom cards are a lot more expensive than their regular cards. So I don't think I don't actually think they're currently selling the cards I was signing. But if they were, they probably would not be $300 something or whatever. Their prices have gone up, but they have not gone that high for those cards. They, yeah, most of the... We'll see what the actual price is for their holiday cards when the holidays come around. Because I think any of the holiday cards that are still on the site are old stock that haven't been updated to their new pricing scheme yet. But we'll see. Currently, by the way, no one has bought the B half sheets. The B half sheets still unpurchased. They still have the same number of B half sheets they had previously. Wish I knew more about science. I feel like there's definitely like more resources online than there ever have been for most topics. Getting yourself in a state where you can sit down and learn stuff. And then also retain it. I think we've talked about this before, but I definitely have that problem of like... I 100% learn a lot of things that I forget instantly. I'm very good at learning. And very bad at retaining. Pollet, thank you for the $4.99. Santa knew about Epstein Island and all he did was deliver presents. And leave. How dare you worship this sick billionaire? Santa, what did he know? Santa visiting Epstein Island is like a wildly dark joke. I'm kind of surprised I haven't heard this joke before, just the idea. Santa's one of the elites. It's no better than a cop. Ugh. I'm trying to decide if I want to come on the pro or anti-Santa side. Do I want to come to Santa's defense because he's Greek? Santa Claus is Greek, by the way. Or canonically, Santa Claus is Greek. It's a Greek guy. Oh, alright, one of them is gone. That would be the main reason I would come to his defense, because he's Greek. I'll have to defend every Greek. It's true. I do have to think about whether I want to defend every Greek though. Thought you were joking, but looking it up, yeah, St. Nicholas was of Greek descent. Yeah. Yeah, it's based on an actual guy who was Greek. Santa Claus is based on a guy. A real guy, St. Nicholas. I'm kind of surprised that there haven't been more, like, film adaptations of Santa where he's Greek. The ex-sister believed in Hanukkah Harry, but not, not Santa. Well, of course, Hanukkah Harry was real. At an embarrassing age when I learned Santa was real. Never thought my parents would lie to me. You mean wasn't real? Or wasn't yet. Yeah, I was at a pretty embarrassing age when I learned. I know it was an embarrassing age because my brother, who's 4 years younger than me, found out before I did. Like, he just figured it out logically. I don't remember how old I was, but I was too old. I was definitely like the only kid my age who still believed in Santa. And then, I was around then that once I learned about Santa Claus, I was like, wait a minute. Does this mean the Tooth Fairy? My mom was like, I didn't even know you still believe in the Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy? Get out of here. I also remember when I realized Santa wasn't real. I think that's when I questioned the existence of God too. The funny thing is, I'm fairly certain that I became an atheist as a child before I stopped believing in Santa Claus. I distinctly remember like learning about, like, I had heard, my mom didn't really want to, my mom had been forced into something called Greek school. It's Greek Sunday school. You go to Sunday school, but you also learn Greek. And she just hated it. She just had a bad experience. And so when growing up, we were considered non-denominational. But what that basically meant was Mom just didn't take us anywhere religious. Just didn't go to church. Didn't do religious stuff. And so most of my knowledge of, like, Christianity was like just through cultural osmosis. And there was a lot of, like, biblical stuff, like the Great Flood, that I had heard, but I had not realized was, like, tied to a belief system. And so for me, like, I assumed that, like, the Great Flood was a story like Hercules. Something like that. And I did not realize that this was, like, a thing that a number of, not all, but a number of Christians believe actually, like, happened. And when I was in school one day, one of my fellow students was, like, the son of a minister, and he started talking about stuff like the Great Flood and what have you, and it slowly came to dawn on me as I was listening to him that, like, he thought that this was a thing that had actually happened. And I did not believe that it was actually a part of the Christian belief system. Like, I didn't believe him when he said that it was. And after that, I went home and asked Mom about it. And she explained it in a reasonable way, but I was like, well, I guess I'm not a Christian. I don't believe this stuff. Still believed in Santa Claus, though. And, like, later I learned the more nuanced truth in that there are all sorts of Christians with all sorts of levels of belief. There are Christians who believe the literal word of the Bible. There's Christians who believe in the Bible as a metaphorical teaching tool. But it was distinctly that moment that set me on the path to becoming an atheist. Agnostic is technically correct, but I feel like sometimes when I say agnostic, people don't understand how seriously I take my agnosticism. I just say atheist now. Hey, stop it. do. Right. Juice. I don't know if I want to be also taking out this thing, because I think it's going to take a long time. And this is going to move it against me. So yeah, I'll probably leave that for its own fight. Son of a gun. Anyway, I think about thinking about getting real into Christianity, but specifically Gnosticism. I'm gonna become a Gnostic. I'm gonna become a Gnostic. Sky 2 Fall, I'll give you the $2. You could do it, Avril. We believe in you, like Santa. Yeah, you hear that, Avril? Let me try this one more time. Let me get a strategy going. Marcus, thank you for the $2. Vitas, Epic with Atra. Cases also have floods. Yeah, I mean, a lot of religions have floods as part of the story because, like, floods were. Imagine existing in this world. Now imagine dealing with a flood. Like, what an incredible thing to witness. Like, I've been witness to a handful of catastrophic floods because of hurricanes in the course of my life. And I 100% understand how they end up featuring prominently in religious texts. Child, the wild changes in how they measure and describe time is the main reason I understood the stories in the Bible would use metaphors and symbolic language. Yeah, I do think, like, a completely literalist understanding of the Bible is, like, requires you to simply turn off parts of your, like, critical thinking skills. Like, I think there's like very clear intention behind a lot of these stories in terms of like what it's trying to communicate, and it is not always like the literal. It is often metaphor. It is often allegory. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna become a Gnostic. I actually have a project I'm working on right now that heavily involves Gnosticism. Let's see how that comes together. Does Gnosticism have something to do with gnomes? No. Oh, maybe. I'm trying to think if there's any gnomes in Gnosticism. Gnosticism is like a very early branch of Christianity. Like, you can see the influence of many earlier beliefs in Gnosticism. So one of the main points of belief in Gnosticism is that God is this like completely unknowable thing. Like absolutely unknowable. Completely incomprehensible. Like not even really worth contemplating. Like so beyond comprehension. But on top of that, so God is so beyond comprehension, but like is the like so separate from the physical world. Gnosticism says God is evil or incompetent. Correct and incorrect. God is not evil or incompetent. God is purely love. Incomprehensible, but ultimately that's the all-loving God, the one that we can't comprehend. What ends up happening is, in order to interact with the material world, God shows up in aspects, and these aspects always come in pairs. There's always a male and a female aspect. And these aspects are the things that are able to interact with the world. And one of the aspects that shows up, the female aspect of God, is Sophia. So imagine God is completely, like, incomprehensible. So incomprehensible that God cannot interact with the material world because it's like, is like a being of 1 million dimensions trying to interact with a world of 3 dimensions. It's too complex. So God needs like a translation layer. And this shows up in our world as aspects. One of those aspects is Sophia. Sophia shows up and creates the world that we live in, and the human beings and all of this stuff. And another thing that happens is there is something called the demiurge. So the demiurge... Sorry, the demiurge is actually who created human beings. So the demiurge, like, is this being who springs from Sophia. Springs from Sophia but has no touch of the divine. And Sophia gives human beings the divine, but not the demiurge. And so the demiurge is like who created human beings. The demiurge is like this god who sprung from Sophia, who then creates humans. But then humans end up being the ones with souls. The soul is the part of the divine that Sophia gave us. And the demiurge is so upset about this. The demiurge is so angry. Because the demiurge created us, is God, is our God, but it does not have a soul. And fundamentally cannot understand what has happened. We can understand it, we can talk about it, but the demiurge will, even hearing us talk about it, will never understand it, because the demiurge does not have any spark of the divine. So, what I find interesting about this particular belief system is that this is a belief system that believes in an all-powerful, loving God, but also believes that that God literally cannot interact with the world and does not. Instead, the God that interacts with our world is one who's very angry. One who's like constantly upset at not having a soul. It is so grumpy about us having a soul. And what I like about this belief system is that it does kind of feel to me a little bit more like a reflection of the real world. You do Gnosticism minus the gender essentialism. Yeah, we need to create like a modern Gnosticism. To a new Gnosticism. Oh yeah, it's going to volunteer the $5. We must cast down the demiurge and eat his flesh. Jason, we must overthrow the false god. Hurry, Jason, we must topple the false throne. I think in Gnosticism, I don't think the demiurge is viewed as a false god. I think the demiurge is viewed as I think demiurge itself means builder or something. Like the demiurge is the creator. Not of existence, but of us. I don't know enough about Gnostic belief to, like, speak on this stuff definitively, but it is a subject I'm interested in, and I have a bunch of research planned for this project I'm working on. Many different interpretations of it, apparently. Yeah, I mean, it was around for a while. It was around for a while, and especially with, like, the Demiurge, there's two different versions, two primary different versions of the Demiurge. One, which is, like, actively evil. Like, very aggressive and angry. And then there's another version where the Demiurge is basically just a big goofus. Just completely unable to do anything right. Godzilla's the Demiurge. That's a good comparison. Godzilla is actually a lot like the Demiurge, outside of the creator thing aspect. Personality-wise, very similar. Slowly making it through. This is, I think, the slowest Dark Souls game. Like, it takes so much longer for me to beat Dark Souls 2 than it does for me to beat Dark Souls 1. Like, I think we're on, like, the 23rd stream or something for Dark Souls 2. Something like that, and I think we did like 8 streams for Dark Souls 1. Far in the series do you plan on going? That's a good question. I don't think we're actually gonna play like 3 on stream. Mostly because that's my least favorite game to of the series to play. I like 3. It's just, it's a particularly hard game for Magic users. Oh yeah, yeah, we did Demon Souls, we did Dark Souls 1. We could do Bloodborne. Like I find Bloodborne like I love Bloodborne. It's more challenging for me, like I gotta pay way more attention. Like, I'm less good at the timing stuff, and Bloodborne requires you to be better at the timing. But I still like it quite a bit. I think Elden Ring is the best one. I like Elden Ring. I like Elden Ring a lot. I wouldn't put it at the top. But it's probably like of all the Dark Souls games, it's probably like number 2 in terms of which one I just enjoy the process of playing the most. Dark Souls 1 is just absolutely, like, I can just sit back and relax and just casually enjoy every second of that game. It's not that it isn't difficult, it's just there's something about the way that that whole thing is set up that's, you just get a lot of very casual joy out of it. The same thing with Elden Ring, just Elden Ring's just way longer. Dang it. Dark Souls 2, it's like, Dark Souls 2 is my favorite world of all of these games. Although I do have like a dramatically different like opinion of these games in terms of like whether you're talking about the original or the Scholar of the First Sin version, because I like the original pre-patch, which is what I'm playing here, and I don't really like the Scholar patch. It makes a lot of areas way more tedious. Like there's a couple of areas that are still tedious here. Like what I'm doing here. There's just way more of that in Scholar. Yeah, Vula's probably my favorite character in the game. And I'll be doing more with Vula, hopefully soon, but we'll see. over here. Uh-oh. Yeah, it sucks doing this fight. That son of a gun is after me. Alright, I'm leaving. Fine. Vomit, thank you for the $9.99. I wanted to tell you right before I watched the B paper. I was thinking if I ever heard Jason say B before, maybe they've never said it, and it caught me so off guard. My dono bucks can only be spent on evil. You got it. Yeah, there's a lot of like I don't curse on this stream, but there was definitely a period of time in which my videos had tremendous amounts of curse words. I think there was definitely an era in which I was overdoing it. Not in any, like, puritanical sense, but more like there were just more creative words I could have used. I think it's important to use the right word at the right time. I used to hearing you in stream mode. Catches me off guard when you swear your other video. Yeah. The no cursing on stream thing was, like, has been a very specific intentional choice for the feel of this stream. I don't really think this is like such a problem anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe I just don't really wander into random streams anymore. But when I was, and I've told this a number of times before, but there was a number of times in which I was like trying to look at what other streamers were doing and just kind of getting ideas for this stream. And I hadn't really watched a lot of like video game streams before, so I wanted to see what the general vibe was. What to do, what not to do. And one thing that surprised me is every once in a while I would find a stream, like I found this stream that I really liked, and it was an Australian woman. It was a queer Australian woman on Twitch, and this would have been before the VGV, so we're talking 2017, 2018, something like that. And I started watching her stream, and she was doing video game streams, and she was very funny. And then she started saying racial slurs. She just started dropping racial slurs. And it caught me very off guard. And this happened a couple of times when I was tuning into like random Twitch streams and what have you. And it happened like often enough when I was searching around where like all of a sudden I would hear a slur that I started thinking about the stream I was planning on doing. I was like, well, I don't know if this is actually an anxiety for people when they're searching around streams. I'm like, if I specifically don't curse at all, and like very noticeably don't curse, like I don't even say the word, you know, heck. And I think people will be pretty confident that they're not about to hear a slur from me. You say heck. No, I know. I'm saying heck instead of the word I'm not saying. So yeah, that was the basis. That was the basis for my decision not to swear on this stream. And over time, I've kind of, I don't know. I think there's an interesting mix and match between like the complete adherence to a lack of swearing and also the deeply dark jokes that happen on this stream. Because this is, you know, this stream has a particular vibe. I don't completely shy away from dark humor. It's just, you know, it's dark as opposed to bigoted. Saying the R slur and other stuff in your earlier vids. It's a pleasant surprise for me to watch these streams and find out you weren't a dickhead. Yeah, there's a handful of earlier videos. Most of them have been re-uploaded to the channel, like with edits. When I was younger, I didn't swear. When I was like a kid, I specifically didn't swear. It was very important for me not to swear. I genuinely thought that swearing was bad. And the weird thing is, I didn't get this from my mom. My mom swore. She didn't try to teach me this. It was very important for me to be good. And I thought swearing was bad. But then at some point, I started thinking about it and realized how much like the moral nonsense around swearing was nonsense. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And I started rebelling against it, when swearing as much as I could. And unfortunately, like, I genuinely just did not have the understanding between, like, swear words and slurs. There were some slurs that I knew I should not say, and did not say. There were slurs that I understood from, like, culture were not a thing to be said. But there were other slurs that I really genuinely did not understand the problem of. A lot of that is the, like, the time period I grew up. A lot of it is just my own ignorance and lack of curiosity on the subject. I'm gonna keep doing this for a little bit until that troll goes away. The R-Slayer seems to be making a significant resurgence lately. Yeah, there has been like I think a lot of this is generational. There has been a big resurgence. I don't know if this is Gen Z or Gen A. No, it wouldn't be Gen A. Gen A is too young. I think it's a Gen Z thing. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's like a combination of that, and then specifically like Gen X and Boomer, and probably Millennial, like. I think mostly right-wing agitators trying to make this like a... Oh, thing's gone. Okay. Like a free speech thing instead of a basic respect for people thing. Rev Scarecrow's a streamer I like, super openly left-wing, mentioned recently how stubborn he was back then when people told him he shouldn't say the R word. I think whenever you encounter someone telling you not to do something, it's easy to be defensive about it. Not everyone is defensive about this stuff. Some people are immediately contemplative, which is a great skill to have. But I think it's good to like genuinely think about this stuff and be like, all right, why are people getting upset? Because, and this is important, people get upset about stuff that is complete nonsense. They're getting upset because for their own problems, their own reasons. So not every time someone gets upset, it's because you've done something wrong, but sometimes it is. Being able to analyze your actions. Actually, genuinely ask yourself whether you're in the wrong. I think we're just about done. We'll continue this area next week. Can't believe there's gonna be like 3 streams in this area. I hate this place. I hate this place. Nice. See if that one guy's gone and somebody else will level up, and that'll be it for. Last night I learned I can't post the table phone number in chat. Interesting. Yeah, I know YouTube gives me the option to block links, but which I do because of spam, but I didn't think it also blocked phone numbers. No, I don't actually do anything. Oh, I can really like that. Alright. Finish this next week. Jokes like that for a long time, and only just yesterday learned no one could even see them. Weird. Yeah, it doesn't even show up as like a message that I can unhide. There's plenty of messages that people post that I have to unhide. But there are some that YouTube just auto eats. It doesn't even show me. I wish YouTube was clearer about that, but maybe not being clear is part of their spam fighting strategy.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side.
Oh?
Until hope has fully withered.
Oh. Alright. Oh, there you go, Warrens. 772. 228 1248. Dexterity to 18. My strength next time. Well, that'll be it for today. Are we doing more of this nonsense next week? Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. Oh, but yeah, before you won't go. Posted this on Blue Sky, but I also wanted to show it here because I thought it was extremely funny. Be back tomorrow, by the way. Sega Saturn Day, gonna be playing something on Sega Saturn. There's a app, I think it's, I don't know if this is available anywhere outside of the United States. It's called Nextdoor. And Nextdoor is maybe maybe the most cursed social media app. And I say that knowing that, like, Truth Social exists. Nextdoor is a social media app where you sign up and you have a location-based social media where essentially you post messages that are seen by people in your area, in your neighborhood, in your general, like, location. So you can only see posts from nearby to where you live. What people use this app for is largely making racist posts about having seen a black person and warning other people that there's a black guy in the neighborhood. Things like that, or saying that the children are up to something. Children are running around doing something. Complaining about children. This app is so racist that, like, the CEO, and I feel this is one of the few CEOs in the world that I have ever felt bad about. The CEO is a black guy. The CEO at some point gave, like, a public appearance where he was saying, "I'm so sorry about our app being so racist. We're trying so hard. We're trying so hard to make it less racist." I understand. We're trying everything. We haven't been able to get it less racist. Anyway, this app is all, like, just the worst people posting the most petty and oftentimes bigoted complaints about their neighbors. But there was one that I saw that I just thought was extremely funny, and I'll show you right here. And it came with a picture, which I'll show you after this. Another resident sent this to me. She was afraid of posting this picture due to possible retaliation. She was able to get a picture because he's been frequently using Kingsbridge Drive and sidewalks as a speedway. I wasn't social media platform, but I'm glad I joined Nextdoor to help post pictures of negative activity. Get ready. It's so funny. Oh, God. Another resident said this to me. She was afraid of posting this picture due to possible retaliation. She was able to get a picture because he's been frequently using Kingsbridge Drive and sidewalks as a speedway. I wasn't a social media platform, but I'm glad I joined Nextdoor to help post pictures of negative activity. I've blurred the top of his face out for privacy. It wasn't blurred in the original post. I love the kids both wearing a helmet, which is good. It's very important to wear a helmet, but also Crocs. Got his Crocs on and his e-bike, flipping off the camera. Just it's so funny. It's so funny to post this, and the picture's like the coolest kid. Yeah, like you probably should have been flipping you off. You're harassing this kid. Just going out there and taking pictures of this child and harassing him. Of course he's flipping you off. Anyway. Just wanted to share this. I posted it on Blue Sky, but you went Nextdoor. Yeah, I signed up for Nextdoor. Every time there's been like an ability to sign up for this somewhere I've lived, I've 100% signed up. I love seeing the many of the posts. There are some the buck wild complaints that pop up on Nextdoor. Like, I really never see anything legitimate. Would you recommend it? I mean, only if you want to see posts from the worst people in the world. Like, that's what you're gonna get on Nextdoor. Yeah, I opened the app. I opened the app right now. The first post that pops up. Just a quick warning. Don't know who you are. Stay out of my trash. You rummaged through it, leaving trash all over the grass. Let's see. There's a obvious honeypot here. Excuse me. I'm a divorced woman. If you're willing to chat, I would like to make some genuine friends. If you're single, sincere, kind, helpful, and love life, feel free to send me a private message. Let's see. Oh my god. Alright, this one I've actually I gotta show you. I want you to see this one. 1 second. Oh my god. Okay. This one you've gotta see. You know what? Okay. I have to zoom in because I don't want you to see the name. I don't want to dox this person. Because Nextdoor is a little bit more private than most social media sites, because it's only people in your area who can see. So I don't want to dox this person's name, but to whomever is flying a drone by my bedroom window, I have minor children, and I will press charges. Your drone will be shot down. I will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. Who's flying a drone by this person's window? Don't you understand? Minor children are involved. Your drone will be shot down. I got a post complaining about homeless people. Complaining about a repair that was done at their house. I'm reposting this because people think it's a scam and report my post, and it got taken down. My kids are going to a free charter school, and no, I will not give you the name. If you don't want to help, that's fine. But don't block my blessings for help. Just keep it moving on. No one needs to report me and leave unnecessary comments. I'm simply asking for stuff for my kids. You could read below. Yes, I will be going to places that help with school supplies. Oh, we got another honeypot. My husband recently left, and I'm finding it hard to cope with everything that happened. There's a lot of recently divorced women looking to chat. There's another identical post about school supplies, but from a different account. Whoa, someone's selling a talking Sonic. $7. Talking Sonic barely used. Still has working batteries. My son doesn't want it anymore. $7. $7. I gotta get this Sonic. Anyway. That's next door. I need an opinion on what to do with my backyard neighbor. Every single night, he grills out in the back. I'm not someone who complains very much about anything, but I can't enjoy my backyard anymore. The smells wafts its way into into my front yard as well. Maybe I should call code enforcement. I can't live like this anymore. Everyday grilling, wow. Alright, well, that'll be it for tonight. Next door, everyone. Next door. I'm gonna... Oh, probably work on some more Christmas cards tonight. I gotta make some posts on Nextdoor complaining about my own neighbors. I think one of my neighbors just moved, actually. Oh yeah, one other thing before I go. Last night, I think it was last night or the night before. God, I actually don't remember. And yeah, it must have been the night before. I was up late. It was like 3:30 in the morning, and I was packing, doing packages. Yes, it was 2 nights ago. Oh, Melee, thank you for the 2 British pounds. Godzilla the Demiurge would want me to eat, right? You know what? I think the actual Demiurge would have no opinion on the matter outside of anger. But Godzilla the Demiurge, I think, would want you to eat. Which is why Godzilla is the superior Demiurge. But like 2 nights ago, I was doing some packages and stuff, shipping out some stuff. And... started hearing explosions outside. Started hearing off in the distance these, and my windows started rattling. Like the glass on my windows just started going bananas. This doesn't usually happen. My windows do not typically rattle, but I kept hearing these distant blasts. And Pancake got all freaked out. Pancake went under the table. And I continued. Fireworks. I thought at first it was like, it was 3:30 in the morning. It was like, this sounds like some unbelievable fireworks show for 3:30 in the morning. But it didn't quite sound like fireworks. And I looked outside and I couldn't see anything, and so I went back inside, and then it stopped, and then all of a sudden there was a massive explosion. There was like one huge boom, and my windows sounded like a deer had run into them or something. And I thought about waking Scuffy up, and I went online like I do when something like this happens, and checked various social media sites. And there was a bunch of people in Orlando that was like, did anyone else just kept waking up by an explosion? And they were trying to figure out what was going on, and the answer, it turns out, was Elon Musk was doing some SpaceX rocket test stuff in the area. So the answer was SpaceX. It's Elon Musk's company. Yeah. That's what it was. So, thanks, Elon. Yeah, I guess that's all for tonight. Struggling not to feel like a failure for gaining back some weight, even though I know I wasn't eating enough before. Very sorry you're feeling like that. I know you know all the, the actual reasons why you're not a failure for that, but knowing that stuff doesn't necessarily stop you from feeling that. Which sucks. Sucks how you can have all the information and it doesn't matter. Brain still makes you feel bad about it. Godzilla would not care about me being thin. Absolutely not. 100%. Godzilla, I absolutely. Being disabled and mentally ill, I don't feel like I could afford to not be thin as well. Absolutely sucks to, like, in your mind, be trying to, like, all right, I got all this stuff. I can't. Like, none of that, all of that stuff that it's just you. None of that stuff's bad. I think 100%. Like, if you have actual negative qualities, like real negative qualities, such as being cruel to people, well, you could do the calculus in your head of like, all right, I can be this bad and no more. But all that stuff, none of that stuff is bad. Disabled, mentally ill. Being of any weight. None of those are negatives. It's just who you are. Just who many people are. But I understand your brain telling you this stuff. Most of my self-image problems are in spite of all of the theory and cultural understanding I have about why these things don't make me a bad person. I still feel like a big old monster sometimes. Or a lot of the time. Also, the world will make you feel like a failure for putting on weight. Yeah, you have to contend with like not only your like your own self-image, but the attempts at society to constantly warp that self-image. Like even having the understanding, it's like I'm constantly getting pelted with with feedback from a bunch of goofballs out there. I don't think goofball is the right word, but I wasn't really sure what word to use. Yeah, cultural fascists. I don't know. Many people's eyes, it's like the worst thing you can do. Yeah. Yeah, I'd read through a number of like Discworld novels this year, and one thing that stuck out to me is how often like fatness presented as a specifically like a moral failing. Some of these books, and in books in general, just media. It's not as bad in the Discworld novels as it is in some other like cultural touchstones, but it's still, it just shows up everywhere. Thinks it's so funny. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta keep eating. I hope you do. And so does Godzilla. King of the monsters. Beautiful Godzilla. And his beautiful son. I love Godzilla's terrible son. Legitimately cannot get enough of this kid. I'm definitely gonna have to. Gonna have to edit this out. Last time I showed a Godzilla clip, it got blocked. Oh no, my child. If you can find can find the 1967 Son of Godzilla film online anywhere. I highly recommend watching it. It's one of the, it's one of the bad Godzilla movies, but I love the movie. I love the movie. It's the most goofed up Godzilla film. But it's 100% worth watching. Love that movie. Son of Godzilla. Check it out if you want to cheer yourself up. Alright. That'll be it for tonight. Special thanks to the FilmCow. Wait, I already said all that. Have a great night, everyone. Great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.